And going over to the political part podcast, you have Ayanna Pressley is calling Iowa too white and bad, which, yeah, it's just more race baiting. Of course, she doesn't want to talk about the substance, but I'm sure she'll get some clicks, votes, and donations because of this. Now, it should do a visual warning. It is visually very disgusting, but nevertheless, well, it's also coming from me as saying something. But you're about to see Ayanna Pressley, who I don't think is related to Elvis Presley. I don't think. Their hair is a little bit different. Now, this comes with things to end wokeness, in which he says, quote, Congressman Ayanna Pressley goes on a racist rant about Iowa being too white. Which, I usually give people accolades for suiting up. In this case, I don't know.
Like Iowa. Governor Reynolds, let's learn more about the state. Do you know what percentage of Iowans are white and what percentage are black?
I don't know the exact percentages, no. We're by far a larger percentage of white population.
That's correct. Iowa is 90%
yeah.
white and only 4.5% black. So that is drastically different from the national population. So when Republicans suggest Iowa should be a national model, they're advocating for a government that doesn't reflect our country. So let's talk about what this model.
Very mentally vacuous. Again, going straight to race. You know what is very commendable about Iowa? For decades, they have had one of the highest literacy rates in all the United States. They're also great culture, great people, great economy. I mean, shoot, they make so much corn there, they hardly know what to do with it. Well, unfortunately, they make high fructose corn syrup and put it into all the food and crap and get government subsidies, but another topic for another time, perhaps. I'm sure ethanol will be great for our cars next year. Ha, spoiler, it's not, it won't. But nevertheless, she immediately goes to race. But Iowa's pretty small government. It's a red state. Maybe that's why she hates it too. But they also have a great couple companies that are headquartered there. Great university. Granted, I'm obviously a little biased. I went to University of Iowa. Go Hawks. I probably should have thrown on my Texas Iowa hat. Or a cowboy hat with the Iowa logo that I sewed on there. Wow, over a decade ago plus. Time flies way too quick. But yeah, of course she has to boil it down to race, which again, I think a couple last elections have showed Americans really don't give a damn about that. One of the biggest forerunners of the Republican nominee was Vivek Ramaswamy, who, spoiler, his parents are from India. Yet, he had one of the best articulations and ideologies that correlated with the Founding Fathers. I mean, without any political experience, he quickly gained almost, I think he peaked at about 7 to 8% of the polls, which, for someone with no political background, that's huge. And Vivek actually did pretty good in Iowa. Trump obviously won in the end, but yeah, she wants to boil it down to race, which I personally think capitalism defeated racism decades ago, with only a couple a-holes left in the United States who are actually racist. I think overwhelmingly companies will pick the best out there, and they're going to just, again, the dumbest thing to do as a business is to alienate people based on things they can't control. Smart businesses, and I would argue moral businesses, will take every single resume possible so you can get the best candidate, bar none. As soon as you start alienating or discriminating or saying we're not going to accept some resume because of X, Y, Z, in terms of things they can't control, you're going to lose out on that sample size. So that's why I personally think that's why the most, but I digress. Now, this went moderately viral, about 823,000 views and 15,000 likes. One of the first comments coming from Elon Musk, simply having an exclamation point, getting 3.2 thousand likes. You also have Cool Christian Engineer, which A+ for marketing. He know exactly what he does for a living. Although, I'm a little disappointed he does not have a cross emoji. Perhaps one of the few times the emoji might be appropriate. I say that because he has the American flag emoji. That's A+. And he also has electric lightning bolt. So that's pretty cool. And he is based. Why not add that cross? But I partially digress. Now, based electrician says, quote, why is Charles Barkley lecturing us about people's skin color in Iowa? Getting 756 likes. Jeez Louise. Got pretty popular, that post. Paul Zupa says, quote, remind us again who commits a disproportionate amount of crime in the United States, getting 419 likes. Gunther Eagleman says, quote, Ayanna Pressley is a racist trash, getting 3.9 thousand likes. American Papa Bear says, quote, not as white as the glare coming off that bald head of hers, getting 764 likes. Cash Loren simply says, fighting back is forcing Democrats to expose themselves, getting 121 likes. AKA says, what a racist, getting 229 likes. Democrat Media TM says, quote, wants a Jim from The Office parody where he's, again, the whiteboard, says, I refuse to be lectured about racism by someone who hates white people. And that got 251 likes. Crazy Vibe says she has Trump derangement syndrome. And it's the girl that cried like a child in 2016 when Trump won. There's like 20 of her face plastered on the choirs. They got 31 likes. Scrolling down more and more. Kenny says, quote, is she saying black and brown folk are not allowed to move to Iowa? Congressman Pressley, your state black and brown population is 7.1%, well below the national average of 13.7%. So calling out anyone below the average makes you a hypocrite. Getting 113 likes. Patriot Gal 480 says, quote, does she realize that black people in America make 14.4% of the U.S. population? According to the most recent estimates from the U.S. Census Bureau, in 2023, approximately 14.4% of the U.S. population identified as black or African American alone or in a combination with another race. That got 148 likes. Mike Ray also says, quote, the Democrat Party is full of race baiting, America hating black women. Couldn't see the E there for a second there. And they'll continue to lose because of it, getting 392 likes. I think any politician left or right who focuses exclusively on race is going to lose, because I think Americans are sick of it. We just want to literally get our country out of debt, get people well-paying jobs and affordable. That's people want afford a good living, have a safe neighborhood. Scrolling down more and more. David Sullivan, pronouns appropriately named prosecute Fauci, saying, quote, I will not be lectured by racism by someone who hates white people. And there's a compilation of photos that says hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create hard times, which, yeah, is true, getting 42 likes. Alpha Liger says, quote, I mean, it's Iowa. It's like complaining that Florida is too Cuban. And it sounds racist, doesn't it? Representative Pressley getting 208 likes, which, yeah, there's a disproportionate amount of my family members that live in Miami and Florida. Though, spoiler alert, we actually came here on a plane when Fidel took over. We didn't swim here, believe it or not. One of the last ones out. Val says there's no place for racism in the halls of Congress, getting 362 likes. Yep. Let's see. Elena says, quote, looks like the only thing Democrats have is a race card. Good luck with that. It says America is not divided by race, gender, color, or sexual orientation. America is divided into white wise people and fools. And fools divide themselves by race, gender, color, or sexual orientation, getting 227 likes, which, yep, say what you want about Trump, the MAGA party. That was a unification party. Tulsi Gabbard, she came over, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. How many people joined the party? Pretty much anyone who is even remotely in the middle and live on the left. Yeah, I would argue Trump's much more diverse in terms of political affiliations. Nate Hochman says, quote, if I was 100% black, Presley would never complain about it. It doesn't look like the rest of the country. They don't care about diversity. They just don't like white people. Getting 1,000 likes. World All of Fun says, okay, racist. And it's the Jim Mean from The Office, but his face is replaced by, it's a Jim from what's it called? The whiteboard? I just did a second ago. The whiteboard meme was MLK Jr., Martin Luther King Jr.'s face pasted onto Jim's. It says, calling someone privileged because they are white is judging someone by the color of their skin, getting 144 likes, which, yeah, if he were to come back today, he'd be sorely disappointed how much America has fallen in terms of, again, kind of like he said he believes, treat all men equally. Don't treat them differently because of their race. And yet that's what so many people want to do in the United States, which is quite disappointing to say the least. So again, as crazy as it sounds, she'll probably get some likes, clicks, and probably political donations because of this. But yeah, we'll see if she has any negative ramifications, but can't think they'll probably, maybe she'll get some more donation and campaign funds because of this. But let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.